to your Tuesdays this morning. I don't know why we just decided to dance.
I like it.
I didn't know that song was going to play.
We are starting the show with some lovely news because this morning has been shortlisted for the best daytime TV show at the National Television Awards.
Yes. And look how excited everyone is. Yes! And actually, continue to be excited, gang, because the good news doesn't stop there, because our very own mega babe, Alison, has also been shortlisted for Best TV Presenter. Our girl, yes, she has.
Oh, we're so proud of you, Alison, and we're so grateful for all your amazing support. And the final round of voting does open today, so get your votes in.
Crossing fingers.
Yes. We've got a busy show lined up today. Here's what's coming up. Is the cosmetic procedure inspired by Barbie, as an increasing number of patients use Botox to achieve the doll's slimmer neckline and sculpted shoulders. We'll be finding out more about the trend from aesthetic specialist Dr. Ami Viaz.
And she's helping you look the cream of the crop, and she does indeed. Kat Farmer is here with one of the biggest summer trends, neutrals. Morning, Kat.
Good morning. Yes, neutrals are the perfect summer staple. However, they are an amazing investment all year round and are exactly what you need for those up-and-coming in-betweeny months. And it looks like you two definitely got the memo.
Got the memo.
Everyone's got the memo.
We might have guessed what was coming up on the show. Who knew?
All in cream.
I cannot wait for that, Kat Farmer, thank you. And it's the shocking true crime drama that's receiving rave reviews.
Ben lived with him and Peter got ill. And then Ben lived with my aunt and she got ill.
What's that?
I think I need to talk to the police.
So good. As he stars in the hit series The Sixth Commandment, we'll be speaking to Aina Hardwick about his chilling portrayal of real-life murderer Ben Phil.
Oh, I can't wait for this, you know. Everybody's talking about it today in the studio, aren't they? Also on today's show, could your old tracksuits and football tops be worth a fortune? As 90s fashion soars in popularity, Dan Hatfield will be revealing how much you could make at 10:20.
From upgrading your kitchen counters to transforming a piece of furniture, our DIY queen, Jo Bahari, will be showing you how to give your home an easy update at 11:10.
And as they join forces for their new podcast, we'll be speaking to mother-daughter duo Andy and Makita Oliver at 20:12.
Now, before all of that, they're the household pests that can turn a good night's sleep into the stuff of nightmares.
And apparently by talking about them, your body itches. According to experts, there's been a whopping 65% increase in bedbug infestations in Britain over the past year.
And our bug expert, Professor James Logan, is here now. Like a 65% increase? Why?
What's happening?
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody wants the dreaded bedbug in their house. That is one pest you really, really don't want. And they are on the increase. So one of the main reasons is because of travel. So, you know, we like to travel, we like to go on holidays, we stay in hotels, we might stay in hostels, but actually it doesn't matter where you stay because bedbugs could be lurking anywhere. And what they do is they hitchhike in your luggage or on you, like not on your body, but in your clothes and things, and you bring them back to your home. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is that some of the chemicals we use to kill bedbugs aren't working anymore.
There's one right by my
James,
head.
where do they hitchhike to? I've not been rude. Do they normally are they in your hair or are they?
No. So they're not like head lice, or they can't really cling on to your body, and they don't live on your body, but they can sort of get in the seams of your clothing, or your pajamas, or in your suitcase.
So they're hiding in your stuff, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's how they get into your home. But also, the chemicals we use to kill them aren't really working as well as they used to, so that's another problem. But there's another quite unusual way that they get into our homes, and that's through second-hand furniture. So there's quite a trend for upcycling, and you might, encourage people to buy second-hand furniture, absolutely. But the best thing to do is to check it before you take it into your home and make sure that it doesn't have bugs on it.
And the thing is, obviously, the name's quite deceiving because you think bed bugs, you think you might have stayed somewhere, used somebody else's bed or however that is, but it can be anywhere, in any... Why is this making me go weird?
Because it's right there.
It's right there.
Something to do with a giant bug.
Furniture in general, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So they can be pretty much anywhere. They come into your bed to feed on you. They need the blood to produce eggs and to survive. I mean, it is the stuff of nightmares. These things are really horrendous. But they come into the bed and feed, but they can be hiding anywhere. So once they've fed on you, they go back to where they sort of came from, a little refuge somewhere. It might be behind the skirting board or in the bedside table.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
So when we buy upcycled furniture, should we be cleaning it down or with anything, or when we come home, should we be changing our clothes?
It's definitely a good idea to wash your clothes when you come home. If you're worried, if you think you've stayed somewhere with bed bugs, wash your clothes at a very high temperature, maybe dry them in the tumble dryer as well. That should kill anything that's there. In terms of the furniture, have a good look. If you see anything that looks a bit buggy, maybe just don't use the furniture. That's probably the best thing.
Yeah. If you've been bitten, how do they look? Because obviously we're sort of familiar with what maybe like a mozzie bite might look like, but do they appear quite similar?
So the bites do. I mean, bed bugs themselves are actually quite big. So you saw one on the screen back then. They're about the size of an apple pip. So they're actually quite big, the adults. The smaller ones, the babies are a bit smaller.
You'd see them. They're not tiny.
You could see them, but they tend to come out at night, so it's quite hard to see them. But the bites themselves are kind of like a mosquito bite. I react really badly, yet you can see there, and this is really characteristic of a bed bug. So a bed bug will bite in sort of clusters.
Okay.
There's a sort of saying that if you've got 3 bites, it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because the bed bug comes along and it bites you, and then it might not find the blood capillary, so then it bites you again, and it kind of does it in a row along your arm or along your leg because it's resting on the mattress. So that's one way that you know if you have bed bugs, but there are other ways to tell whether you've got bed bugs in your bed, and I'll show you because we've got a bed set up here.
Let's please have a look.
So you're not really going to see them crawling about in your bed because it'll be dark and you'll be asleep. And the other thing is they inject an anaesthetic into you when they bite you, so you can't even feel them.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, at least they're doing that.
It's sly as well.
So what you want to do is you really want to get into the bed and check it properly, OK? So you take the covers off. You want to check inside the duvet. You want to take this off. I can't undo the buttons here. But get inside, check inside there.
But when we check, what are we looking for?
So you're looking for these little brown, sort of reddy brown bugs.
Are they quite big? Like,
about the size of an apple pip.
They're quite big then.
Yeah. They can be smaller when they're babies. They're a bit smaller and a bit more sort of translucent. So they're more difficult to see, and the eggs are really tiny and white. But if you see the big sort of brown bugs, same with under your sheets. You want to look at the mattress. They're not going to be crawling around on top of your mattress. They're going to be in the seams. They're going to be in there. They're going to be, look at this. This is a musty old mattress here. It's got these holes. They're going to be inside those holes.
So they're trying to hide.
They're going to be hiding. So you've got to look really carefully. But there's another telltale sign. So you've got to love a bed bug, right? Because the other thing that they do is they bite you and then they poo.
They are just rude.
They're
very, very
so
rude.
It's so rude. So they'll bite you.
Oh, look at that. That's making me funny.
My dear.
Yeah, exactly. So that is bed bug poo. You can see it inside some machinery. So they'll hide pretty much anywhere. But if you see those little brown spots on your bed sheets, that's a good telltale sign. So if you're being bitten, you see some little blood spots on your bed sheet, that's very likely to be bed bugs.
OK.
So what I was worrying about is I've got a topper, is duck feather.
Uh-huh.
Are they more inclined to hide in like a duck feather or, animal?
I don't think so, no. I mean, bed bugs just like to... So whether you come out and feed on you, and then they have to go and hide somewhere. So that can be anywhere that's any little nook or cranny that's really, really tight. That's where they like to be because they feel safe in there.
Well, they don't want to start feeling too safe in my bed because they won't be safe for long. And what do you say? I'm just reading on here on your notes that if you raise the temperature of your home, that could make a difference?
Yeah, it can do. So most insects don't survive at really high temperatures or very low temperatures. So if you've got bugs, I mean, it's a nightmare. If you've got them, it's really, really hard to get rid of them. You can use products. So, for example, we've got some here. This is a product that has a chemical in that kills them. As I said, there are some products that chemicals that they no longer work. So
they're getting immune to the products now.
Yeah, that's right. But you're actually very unlikely to be able to get rid of them yourself anyway, using those products.
OK.
So it's best to call a pest controller. And one of the things they can do now is they can heat up your room to a really high temperature, to about 60 degrees, or even heat up your entire house, or freeze it. And that will actually kill the insects. So it's a way of not using the chemicals. But really the key to getting rid of bed bugs is to know that they're there early.
Yeah.
So look out for those signs. The other thing you can do is you can use a trap. So this is just an example of a trap. And inside this trap is a sort of sticky glue here. And the bed bug essentially gets attracted into the trap. You know the poo I was talking about?
Yeah.
Well, it has a smell. So it smells kind of musty.
Right.
Sort of, I quite like the smell. It smells kind of herby. It's a bit weird.
Okay.
Makes me feel hungry.
Whatever floats your boat.
Exactly. But it does have a distinct smell. So you might smell them, but also we've done research and we've identified that smell. It's a pheromone which attracts bed bugs. So if we put that into a trap, we then attract bed bugs. And you can buy that trap on the market now to pull the bed bugs into the trap, and then you know if you've got a bed bug.
Right, OK.
Yep.
And then from that point, then you probably contact somebody to come and have a look at where they could be.
And the key is get it early, because if you it just takes one pregnant female to come into your house, they'll lay hundreds of eggs, they'll hatch out and breed. Before you know it, you've got hundreds and thousands of eggs.
How do hotels deal with this?
Yeah,
well,
right, on a large scale, yeah.
It's a really, really big problem. So imagine a hotel with 500 bedrooms and somebody complains about being bitten. By that time, the infestation's probably spread quite far. You don't want the reputational risk of being a hotel owner and, you know, people complaining. There are lawsuits of millions and millions of pounds because people have been bitten by bed bugs. So what good hotels should be doing is investing in monitoring for bed bugs, making sure they know when they're there as soon as possible so that they can deal with it quickly.
And lastly, because I know we're coming to the end of this item, if you do get bitten, what can you use to put on the bite that might ease it a little bit?
Yeah, so bed bug bites tend to be quite bad. Some people don't react at all, but a lot of people will show a bad reaction. The key to any insect bite is to not scratch it. And it's the hardest thing in the world to do because they get really, really itchy.
Like a mozzie, isn't it?
But if you scratch it, you open it up into a wound that can become infected. I had a bite the other day on my leg and I had cellulitis. I had to get antibiotics because it became infected. So don't scratch it. There are some things you can get over the counter, like antihistamine cream and that sort of thing works. Taking oral antihistamines, taking the pills, antihistamines can work as well. Keep them nice and cool and just don't scratch them.
Oh, James,
thank you.
Thank you. You've given me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, we are. I'm itching for a bit to tell you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, don't ever want to go to bed again. But,
Thank you.
Yeah. Whether it's bed bugs, ants or even mosquitoes, if you're struggling with any sort of pest problems, James will be staying on to take your calls in today's phone-in. So what sort of people would you like to hear from today?
What sort of people?
Well, what sort of bugs? What sort of bugs?
What sort of bugs do you want to hear about?
Well, people, anybody who's got a problem, so anybody, a problem with pests, not just any problem, but anybody that's...
You can't just phone in for a chat now.
Well, I quite like that. It'd be quite nice, actually. I mean, find whatever.
Bit of escapism,
absolutely.
Bit of escapism.
No, but if anyone's being bitten at home and you don't know what's causing it, give us a call. If there's pests around your home, you can't get rid of them.
Everything,
see if we can help.
Anything bug-related,
Indeed.
You're the guy. OK, well, give us a call for free on 08000 30 40 44 or download our free This Morning app to get involved. Please get in touch by 11:15 today and you must be 18 or over.
Now, still to come, as 19 fashion comes back into style, could you make a fortune from selling your old clothes? Dan Hatfield will be revealing just how much they're worth right after this. I'll put my teeth back in now.
The box freaks us out.
Never, ever had